Cody Siegfried to help bring him down. Ball spotted down the 40-yard line. Wagoner will take over first down and 10. Quarterback's just going to keep it up the right side. Good job by that left side of the defensive line. Just bring him down. Looked like Chance Bauman was in early on the tackle to bring him up. Aiden Trimble helped bring him down as well. So an official timeout on the field is for blood.
Oh, yeah.
I think that happened on Monday, actually.
Yeah.
Probably just stained.
Yep.
Little pro tip for blood, got to use hydrogen peroxide.
That's right.
There you go.
Sawyer Jones got a man deep, but he'll overthrow him a couple of steps.
He had a wide receiver, probably a little too disappointed there, showing his quarterback some disappointment. But you see, just like we saw, trying to throw that deep route, even throwing downwind tonight is not easy.
No.
You can throw it farther, but it's hard to control.
It does make sense that those passes kind of get overthrown. We had the same thing where Blake was trying to connect with Isaiah Ryan, and good high pass, going to get a little extra oomph with the wind. Sawyer Jones going to roll to the right. Got a man. Knocked out of bounds on the far side by Joe Griswold. That'll be a first down for the Bulldogs. As they cross midfield, spot the ball down about the 46-yard line.
That was an impressive throw on the run. You know, I mean, it was on a dime.
Under a little bit of pressure from that defensive line from the Mustangs. .54 left till halftime. Mustangs trail 21-0. Oh, a shoestring tackle on the far side by Joe Griswold saved a touchdown. New Clayton on the carry for Wagoner. And Joe was on the ground when he made that tackle.
Yes,
that guy
that
came
impressive.
right by him. That receiver kind of bent Joe to the outside. He was able to get a shoestring tackle and bring him down. Brings up second down and 1 for the Bulldogs. Hand off up the middle to number 8. He's been their go-to guy on the evening. That's Braden Drake. First down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Ball spotted 31-yard line.
I don't know if you're noticing, but the left wide receiver they have, who's also playing safety for them, has a cast on his right hand, so I'm not sure they're going to be doing a lot of throwing his way.
Oh, yes, the PA announcer told us about the broken arm and the
broken pinky or something, wasn't it? He didn't mention. He has a big old cast, though.
Quarterback's going to keep it under a little bit of pressure, looking for some time. I'll be number 2.
That was a good catch.
Good catch from Brian Trimble coming across the middle.
And that's a tough throw, moving left on his heels and threw it about 25 yards on a line.
Gain of 9 will bring up second down and 1. Gonna get a first down.
Nate Morrow on a nice stick right there. Wasn't in time, but to stop the first down, it was a nice play.
That's a big hit by Nate.
16 Sawyer Jones, 6'3", 205 quarterback. Pretty impressive physical young man.
Definitely a multi-sport athlete, plays baseball, plays basketball. Gonna hand it off to the right, big hole.
Ball come loose?
Looked like it did. Yeah, offensive lineman comes up with it. Jason Riggs, I think, or Jaden Riggs comes up with the ball. Second down and 1 for the Bulldogs with 8 minutes left to play till half.
Somebody's got to step up here, make a big play, get a little bit of momentum.
We down at the 1.
Chuchi Watson on the carry. That'll move the chains, brings up first and goal from the 1.
Again, 10, the ball at the 1-yard line. It's good for another Wagoner Bulldog. First down and goal.
$7:15 left to play till half. Handoff, go up the left side. He'll stroll into the end zone. Chuchi Watson for the touchdown. PAT is up, and it's good. Joe Griswold, the speedster, trying to get in there, knock him down. Got one, almost got one. They're in the first quarter. Heads are kind of down on the Mustang sideline.
It's all about an inner pride right now.
Yeah.
It's playing with pride, school pride, team pride, individual pride.
Blake Salt doing what he does as a leader. Patting those guys, say, let's go. Don't quit now.
Exactly, guys. It's not about coaching right now. It's about looking your teammates in the eye and just picking yourselves up and say, we're going to go try to win this quarter.
So Wagner's kicking with the wind. So Streeter and Joe Griswold are at the 10. Wade Bright, the 2-yard line. They're set to kick it away. Take it at the 5. Brought down about the 27-yard line, so the Mustangs will take over. First down and 10. Mustangs are right in front of us. Get a good view of the line of scrimmage.
Going to go 2 wide to the short side here. We've seen this look a lot tonight.
Streeter and Isaiah Ryan, the receivers.
Devin Akers and Isaiah Ryan.
Correction. Wade Bright, the left side. They're going to say no gain on the play. Second down and 10.
Not a lot there.
Coming up at halftime, it's our Mustangs memory segment. I'm excited about this one.
That's what you said.
I'm excited. I'm fired up about this one. We'll talk about that here in just a second. Salt the pass, throws
Is
it behind Anchorage.
It was tipped.
Tip, so that'll bring up 3rd down and 10. And we've been here several times tonight, 3rd down and long situations.
Number 3, Nunu Clayton, applying the pressure.
One of the most successful Oologah Mustang football players to ever go on and play at the next level. Joining us at halftime for a Mustang memory segment, a gentleman by the name of Brian Hope. Still lives in the community. His kids have gone to Oologah. He's got a daughter that's a senior. Blake got a little bit of time. Now he scrambles, going to throw it over the middle. Intercepted by Sawyer Jones. Sawyer wants a touchdown. I don't think he'll get it, though. You would say he stepped out of bounds at the 23-yard line. Blake got himself under a little bit of pressure, kind of had to rush that throw. He saw Devin across the middle, but wind kind of, when you throw that ball, that wind just kind of caused it to stall out in the air.
As a quarterback, it's hard when you get your eyes down to get your eyes back up and then make the play. And that's what happened there. He went to run and try to get his eyes back up, and you're not seeing the whole field. And a lot of times you tend to make a bad decision there.
Can you call timeout on the field for the referee to tie his shoe?
He's probably trying to find a little warmth.
So Wagner takes over with good field position. Across the middle to number 4. Woo! A shoestring tackle by A.J. Streeter to save the touchdown. So 1st and goal from the 1 for the Bulldogs.
I thought we had decent coverage on that, but the quarterback just threw a laser.
I think Sawyer Jones is just going to keep it going to the end zone, pretty much untouched.
Guys, they've been running this swinging gate extra point business since I've been in school. Just something else to make you prepare for. If you don't line up to cover it, they're going to run a 2-point conversion out of it. If you do, they're going to motion it back in, take the extra point.
Oh! Man, Joe's trying. He
is.
tasting that one, too.
He's trying.
He knew he was almost there.
I like seeing that.
Defensive coach having a chat. Some of the linebackers.
We're talking about depth of our linebackers. They're on the 1-yard line, and we're 5 yards deep.
Yeah.
And he was hollering pre-snap, scoot up. This late in the season, that's something we probably shouldn't have to yell out.
Well, the good news is the Mustangs have already made the playoffs. But so is everybody else in Class 4A. Because of COVID, the OSSAA has modified the playoff schedule this season, so everybody can opt in if you want. You don't have to opt in, but everybody will be seeded. If you opt out, the team that you would have been scheduled to play in the first round will just get a bye that weekend. What the Mustangs are fighting for is home field advantage. The top 4 teams in each district will get home field advantage. I feel like we got a chance at that. We got to win some ball games to get there. Wade Bright to return the kickoff return. He'll be brought down at the 20-yard line. Number 9, Gabe Rodriguez for the Bulldogs will bring him down.
It's a good open field tackle. I know we don't really want to talk about them a whole lot, but they have tackled well tonight. Got to credit them. They're as advertised.
Big line, no receivers out for the Mustangs. Almost looks like a goal line stand at your own 20-yard line.
I love double tight. It makes the defense have to even up.
Absolutely.
You go hat to hat.
Hand off up the middle. Wade Bright going to gain a couple.
You guys see Connor pancake his kid?
Connor lined him on the left side, yep.
As a D coordinator, I hated double tight. It's hard to play games with it on defense. You have to play basic.
A big line for the Mustangs. They're just trying to create space.
Just nothing there. 2 guys in the backfield. You'll take your chances with your running back against 1 guy in the hole, but 2, they're going to lose that battle.
Yeah, they crashed hard off the end, and Wade missed him.
So Devin Anchorage, Isaiah Ryan will come in for 3rd down and long again. It's 3rd and 8, with 4:27 left till halftime. Blake's just going to keep it left side. Going to get close. He's going to be short. Be about 4th. Nope, they're going to give it to him.
We're short, guys. We're going to punt.
They're moving the sticks. Yeah.
Okay, I was like, am I crazy here?
No, the guy was
but
moving.
The official moved the sticks. My apologies. I thought I was.
I got your back.
Well, I thought he was short, but he went ahead and told the sticks to come on.
Yep.
So maybe I thought that firehouse sub I had on the way over here was talking to me. Blake's going to punt
Good job by Blake. Another low
Get that out
snap.
of there. Yep. It won't cross midfield. Take a little bit of a Mustang bounce and get right to midfield. So with 3:29, Wagoner will come out 1st and 10 from the 50.
A few years ago, we were here. Brandon Craig was still here. We ran a fake on our own in about the same spot. And fun fact, the next Monday morning, we were drinking coffee talking about it. And it was a missed call by the punter. We didn't call it, but he got it, barely. And Coach Craig, I love Coach Craig. Coach Craig was hot, even though we got it for obvious reasons.
Was that the game that went to overtime or went down to the wire?
Down to the wire, lost by a field goal. So, great game.
You guys didn't trust me enough to call games in. I was down there with the band screaming my lungs out.
We didn't have Rick. We didn't have the capability.
Hey.
Running back sweep to the right side. Wade had a chance to get him.
They're trying to tackle. They're trying to cut people down instead of wrapping up, and they're just stiff-arming us and pushing us down to the ground.
That's exactly what happened there. Gain of 8, 2nd down and 2 from the 42-yard line. 3:22 left to play. He went out of bounds. The clock will stop. That was a big night. That was a big game, too. I think they went to rematch them again in the state championship that year. Is that correct, Kevin?
No, that was my first year here.
Okay.
We went to Ada. If you remember, that's when we had Chance Dietz blew out his knee.
Yep.
We were really good that year. Got unlucky.
Hand off to number 3, Nunu Clayton. He'll get the 1st down. That'll move the chains.
Nice tackle by Wade.
That game in Ada was one of the wonkiest games because in the first half you did what you wanted to do. Mustangs went in at halftime with a great lead, and Ada made some adjustments. They had a number 9, don't remember his name, but man, he just went off on our defense in the second half.
Yeah, I remember we missed 3 or 4 field goals. Ada, that's East Central plays there. It's a college uprights are narrower.
Whew. Braden Drake right up the middle, never touched into the end zone. They're going to put 42 points on you in the first half. Whew. They've outscored opponents 325 to like 28 this season. $315 to 25. That's how they've outscored opponents.
Now this year's Wagoner's team's a little bit different. They've always had a guy or 2, but they got a host of them this year, guys. They're really good.
Interesting fun fact about one of those state teams where Oologah played Wagoner in the state championship. Guy we had on our Mustang Memories segment a couple of weeks ago, and defensive lineman at Oklahoma State, Brock Martin. And there was a kid named Rodriguez here from Wagoner. And a lot of, I don't want to say bad blood. I mean, they knew each other from playing football against each other, doing camps and stuff. And then as they went to Oklahoma State as freshmen, they were roommates, good friends now. Cowboys have a big game tomorrow against Iowa State. OU at home tomorrow? Nope, they're on the road? No. .245 left to play till halftime. Coming up in our halftime segment, another Mustang Memories. Guy that also went on to play football at Oklahoma State. Brian Hope's going to join us. Great conversation. Wade Bright trying to make a return. Get out to the 23-yard line. Mustangs will take over 1st and 10.
I'm proud of our students. We have a good student section tonight. Made the trip.
Still cheering them on.
Yeah. Band still playing.
Blake's just going to tug it, run up the middle. Gaining a couple of yards on the play. Brought that receiver in motion to see what the defense, how they were going to adjust. Blake just kept it right up the middle. 2nd down and 8. Scoreboard says 2nd down and 9. High snap. Hand off up the right side. Big fighting from Aiden Trimble. Pick up some yardage. Going to bring up 3rd down and a long 4. Minute 46 as the clock continues. You'd like to burn some time off that clock. You don't really want to give them the ball back. You'd like to get a 1st down. The play clocks have stopped working. Creates a little bit of a unique situation for your quarterback and your offense. Got to be well aware of how much time.
The back judge keeps it. He'll start giving signals to the quarterback under 5 seconds. See?
Now, Mustangs are going to take a timeout.
Yeah.
Probably intentional. Just to burn as much time off the clock as you can. We'll take 1, 2. Be back with more right after this.
Let Advanced Homes build your next dream home. At Advanced Homes, we embrace your individual style and work hard to design a home that's perfect for you and your family. Our team has an expert ability to take your individual ideas and build the blueprints that will become your dream home built just for you. We don't just build houses, we help you build the home you've always dreamed of. From the simple to the lavish, we've done it all, and we can help you every step of the way. Visit our website, advancedhbi.com, or call us today, 918-855-6597. Advanced Homes, building your dreams.
I think it's just vapor.
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
One vape pod has as much nicotine as 1 pack of cigarettes.
My kid
knows it's dangerous.
5.4 million American kids vape, and most think it's harmless. Get your head out of the cloud. Talk to your kid about vaping. Visit talkaboutvaping.org. That's talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
58 seconds left to play till halftime. Hello, everybody. Mustangs going to hand it off left. Not a lot there, so it'll bring up 4th down and 10. 45 seconds and counting. Mustangs will send out the punt unit, but I would imagine they're going to try to burn as much time off the clock as they can.
You owe me a pop.
I do?
No, Kevin.
Oh.
We were betting to see if Wagoner called timeout.
Yeah, I said I bet you a Coke they do.
Yeah. That's a quick trip stop on the way home in the warm Suburban.
Coffee.
Coffee, yeah. You're probably one of those guys that could drink coffee at 10 o'clock at night and go right to sleep, aren't
yes,
you?
I'm old.
Oliphant with the punt away. Good low
Nice
punt, keep it out of
job.
the wind. Take a Mustang bounce, go out of bounds about the 52-yard line.
6 seconds.
6 seconds left to play. Wagoner will take over 1st and 10. Don't go anywhere because at halftime you're going to watch our Mustang memory segment. Alumni from class of 91. Brian Hope, great conversation. I'm pumped, I'm fired up. Would you have coached against Oologah in the 90s? Was you at
No, I was at Webster.
Okay.
I didn't go to Hilldale. We played at Oologah quite a bit when I was at Hilldale, but that was mid-90s.
How'd those turn out?
Good. It was great matchup. I loved Oologah's offense. They had really before their time.
Hand off up the right side.
They were awesome in the mid-90s, Oologah.
In the 90s, Oologah was the
Yes.
winningest program in all classes of.
Yes.
And then from 2000 to 2010, they were number 3 on that list. We're going to take a quick timeout. We will be back with our Mustang memory segment right after this. Don't go anywhere.
I want to take a minute and tell you about my friends at Gator Tees, where you can get the best in custom screen printing. I've used Gator Tees custom screen printing for over 20 years. They're reliable, dependable, creative, and simply the best. Whether it's your church group, Boy or Girl Scout troop, school club, sports team, you name it, Gator Tees does it all. You can bring your own design or they'll create a unique, state-of-the-art, one-of-a-kind design created just for you, your event, or organization. Gator Tees has been making the best t-shirt designs in the Tulsa area for a long time. Give my friend Gator a call for a small or extra large order. Gator Tees is the place to trust. You're going to pay the same, so why not get the best? Gator Tees, 918-630-4357. That's 918-630-4357. Gator Tees, custom screen printing and apparel. And go Mustangs!
Hey, so what?
Welcome back to the Mustang Halftime Show. This has become one of my favorite segments that we do on our Friday night broadcast. It's our Mustang Memories, and just an opportunity to connect with some former Mustangs and alumni that their story is part of our legacy and who we are and what that thin red line represents. And tonight, man, I'm like giddy because it's a fun moment for me to get to talk to this guy, none other than the man, the myth, the legend, a guy named Brian Hope that played football here, was part of that early teams that built the legacy that Oologah was going to be just a legacy program. I know we've talked about this time and time again, but in the 1990s, Oologah was the most winning, most successful football program in Oklahoma among all of the different classifications. And Brian Hope and his teammates helped to start that legacy and do that. So, Brian, first of all, huge thank you, man. Thank you for taking time out of your life to visit with us in this conversation. And thank you for wearing that beautiful OSU shirt. You know what I'm saying? Brother got to represent.
You got it. Well, thank you for having me. I'm very honored.
Well, Brian, let's talk a little bit about, you graduated in 1991, I believe. So you would have played in the 1990 championship game. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
When you think about your time at Oologah High School, like, what are some of your favorite memories when you reflect back on those years of being here?
Well, I will say this. It's that climb. When we were freshmen, you know, I heard from a rumor from somebody around town. They said, when these guys get in high school, these guys are going to be something special. And, you know, it was that climb when you start in sophomore, and then you work your way up to your senior year. It's that climb where you start climbing those poles and you start feeling that team gel together. And I will say this is my most favorite time was listening to Brett Williams, our head coach. He would tell those stories. And I've said this for 30 years, that he took a bunch of average guys and made them think that they were better than what they were. Okay. And we still talk about his stories. And we not only had Brett Williams as a great head coach, we also had Rocky Kime. And Rocky Kime is a legend at Oologah. And he was the guy that we all looked up to. We wanted to be just like him, a tough guy. And so I value my coaches there. I do want to mention Scott Briggs and Randy Reisenhoover that was there at that time. And it was just the greatest time, making that climb, seeing everybody get better and believing, and that's one thing that Coach Williams instilled in us is you got to see it, believe it to achieve it. And I still say those things. Yeah. And all of his stories, when we get together, all the teammates back then, we'll talk about that stuff.
I remember Coach Williams he taught Oklahoma history. And he would come in, he had a cane there for a season. I don't remember what leg injury or surgery or whatever led to that, but he'd bring that cane in there. And then for 45 minutes, you just were captivated. He was an incredible communicator, just his stories, and definitely left his mark and legacy as he started that foundation for Oologah football. So you graduated in 91. What happened after that?
Well, I signed with Oklahoma State. Mike Gundy was my recruiter, and I was actually Mike Gundy's first signee that Mike Gundy ever signed. And so I thought that was pretty neat. We were pretty close. I was close with him during my time at Oklahoma State. He had us over for burgers and stuff, all the people that he signed. And that's what I was going to say, too. I've had some great coaches. I was coached by Les Miles. He was my position coach. But I do want to reflect back on Brett Williams and stuff. That was the most fun that I ever experienced as far as football, and the most inspirational from football. And even though I've had some great coaches. Yeah. So I remember to be told.
My family bleeds orange and black. I was at Stillwater the same time you were, so I got to cheer for you in Oologah blue and gold, and then I got to cheer for you in Oklahoma State orange and black. And I remember walking down that old English hallway and sitting in a desk outside Sue Rhodes' classroom was Mike Gundy. I still tell this story. I'm like, that's Mike Gundy. And like, who? I'm like, no, he was quarterback at OSU. And so right here in Oologah High School, of course, now been successful at Oklahoma State. And you played a lot of defense here. I believe you were a linebacker for us at Oologah, but they turned you into an offensive lineman.
They actually did. I was middle linebacker at Oologah, and they actually built that defense for the middle linebacker to make all the tackles. And that was my love, and that was my passion, playing defense. And I remember when I got to OSU, my first day I was 230 pounds, 6'4". Within 2 months, I got to 250 pounds. And they start looking at me like they want to put me on the offensive line. So they sent somebody to talk to me, and I told them, well, then I'll transfer to TU and play there. But then after I gave it some thought, I ended up switching over to play center. And I ended up starting at center for 3 years. So it was a good move for me.
So tell us about your life now. Tell us about your family, your kids. You've got a daughter that's a senior here. What's going on with Brian Hope today?
Well, right now, my kids are grown. I'm pretty much an empty nester. Gracie, she is a senior. And she's working. She's going to Votech. She has a boyfriend. So Dad don't get to see much of her anymore. But I got one that's 31, and he's doing very well. And I've got a son, Bear, that played football at Oologah in junior high and then went to Claremore and played. And he's doing very well, too. I'm very blessed with some great kids.
Well, and you got good news, too.
Yeah, I'm engaged. I'm going to get married, and I'm really looking forward to that. I've been really blessed, and I've been at American Airlines for 24 years. I started right after I left OSU, and it's been a good life.
One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. You know when he's in the room because he's just a bit like you're afraid he's going to kill you. You know what I'm saying? But Brian Hope is one of the nicest guys you will ever meet. And I'm gonna say this too. One of the most successful Oologah football players to ever go on, be a Division I 3-year starter at Oklahoma State. And so, Brian, first of all, thank you. Thank you for your legacy. Thank you for your investment. Thanks for taking the time tonight. And, man, just to help what they call that thin red line, just that legacy of Oologah football. So, man, thanks for being with us tonight.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
We will be back with more of the Mustang Halftime Show right after this.
Let Advanced Homes build your next dream home. At Advanced Homes, we embrace your individual style and work hard to design a home that's perfect for you and your family. Our team has an expert ability to take your individual ideas and build the blueprints that will become your dream home, built just for you. We don't just build houses, we help you build the home you've always dreamed of. From the simple to the lavish, we've done it all, and we can help you every step of the way. Visit our website, advancedhbi.com, or call us today, 918-855-6597. Advanced Homes, building your dreams.
Rod Henry Construction has been in the business of installing and manufacturing septic tanks and aerobic systems for over 10 years. At Rod Henry Construction, we take pride in providing quality service and products at a reasonable rate. We're proud members of the Home Builders Association and the Better Business Bureau. You can visit our website at rhcinc.net. The customer is always our top priority. Rod Henry Construction is a family-owned and operated business with strong Christian values that will ensure our work. For manufacturing and installation of aerobic and septic systems, service and repair, give Rod Henry Construction a call, 918-371-1207. And go Mustangs!
Mustang Halftime Show. What a rough night. 42-0. Bulldogs on top of the Mustangs. What a great segment with Brian Hope, former Oologah Mustang, played football at Oklahoma State back in the 90s. We're going to take one more quick timeout. When we come back, actually an interview that would have aired in the pregame broadcast with Channel 8 TJ Eckert, talking about some of the games going on around community. Obviously, these games are now in progress. Why I want to play this interview is we spend some time talking about the OSSAA playoffs. And every division is automatically qualified for the playoffs. Really, it only adds 1 week. So we're going to spend some time with TJ Eckert. We'll talk about that and more when we come back. We'll be right back with the Mustang Halftime Show right after this.
Raising Cane's box combo, please.
Good call.
You think?
You bet. Cane's chicken fingers are always fresh, never ever frozen.
Really?
Marinated for 24 hours, hand battered and breaded, and cooked to order.
Man, that does sound good. You must really love Cane's.
Doesn't everyone? Raising Cane's chicken fingers.
Thanks. You sure are good at this.
Hey, it's my dream job.
Welcome back to the Mustang Tailgate Show, joined by News Channel 8 Sports Director TJ Eckert. TJ, it's cold tonight, baby. I hope you got a big coat.
It's a little bit of a climate shift from the past few weeks we've had. There's no doubt about that.
You need to call Dan Threlkeld and tell him you object to this weather forecast he's put together.
He always likes to say he's just a messenger. I'm starting to believe that, though.
There are some big games tonight. Most of them are in classes that are a little bit bigger than us. Let's start first with the Channel 8 Game of the Week. Where are you guys going? What game are you covering?
Yeah, tonight's a good one. Sapulpa Pryor in 5A. Sapulpa was 6A2 for a few years there. Now they're down to 5A, and they're hosting Pryor. Should be good. I haven't actually gotten to check out Pryor yet. I've seen some stuff online, but a really quality team comes in undefeated in the district. So a big game for Sapulpa, who has only lost once in district play, was to Collinsville, who is arguably the best, if not one of the best 2, 3, 4 teams in 5A in the entire state. So Sapulpa's looked pretty good the games I've got to check them out. Pryor hasn't gotten to play any of the really top dogs in their district yet, so this is Pryor's first really big test, and it should be good. You know, we've talked about it with how COVID has affected this season. The tiebreakers right now are wins, so the games you play, you got to win. We say that all the time. You got to win games in football, but it means even more this year. I mean, there's teams that aren't getting to play many games. I mean, you guys are experiencing that. So wins mean even more this year. So big game for Sapulpa to try and kind of climb back up into the number 2 spot in the district.
When you get west of Bristow, especially in those bigger classes like 6A2 and 6A1, there is just some deep bitterness towards the Eastern Oklahoma teams when it comes to football, because, I mean, I'm going to say it as politely as I can, the east side has just been the daddy of the west side of the state, and tonight it's like all of our big boys like Union, Broken Arrow, Jinx, they're all playing west side teams, and some of those are pretty interesting matchups.
Yeah, we got 3 really good ones. Broken Arrow is on the road, so we won't be able to check that one out, but it is a good matchup with Edmond Santa Fe. They're viewed as maybe the next team up in terms of past our big 4 in 6A1. It's those 4 and then Edmond Santa Fe. So that should be a really good one. Jinx, who couldn't play last week, couldn't play Edmond Santa Fe due to COVID reasons. They're playing UConn tonight, and that should be a really good one. UConn runs the old school flexbone offense, milk the clock, 3 yards in a cloud of dust, turn around hand to the fullback, pull it, pitch it out to the pitch man type. The fun stuff from the 70s and 80s. They do that, and they about beat Broken Arrow last week with it. Broken Arrow had to score with about 20 seconds left in the game just to beat UConn, so that should be a good one as well. Union takes on Norman North. Union's just trying to claw its way out of a tough start, and I say that to say Union had the toughest start of any schedule in the entire state playing, Jinx, Bixby, Owasso, playing all the big dogs their first 3-4 games of the season, Broken Arrow. So tough start for Union, but they're trying to claw their way out of it. They beat Moore last week, and they get Norman North tonight. So should be good for Union. Lots of. It's always fun playing West Side schools because they hear about how good East Side schools are, so they come in a little cocky every once in a while. And like you said, East Side schools just got to put them in their place.
We talk about it every week that COVID has impacted just how you practice and how the season flows. And then the Oklahoma Secondary Schools Activities Association came out this past week with talking about playoffs because, hey, what if I don't get a game in and this guy's got more wins than I do? How do you do that? I think you actually were there and covered that. Let's talk for just a second about what the playoff picture in Oklahoma high school football looks like.
Yeah, lots of different changes, and if you went down the list, you may start getting confused. So let's just make it simple as possible as we can. Basically what's happening is that any team that wants to play in the playoffs can play in the playoffs. They're adding what's called a playing game. So every team is eligible for the playoffs this year. There's no top 4 in the district go, the rest of you are done. Everybody can play in the playoffs. And now a lot of people are probably sitting at home saying, well, that doesn't seem right. That's going to add a month to the playoffs. Well, it doesn't. So every class already had half the class making the playoffs. Now we're just essentially adding one game. So, for example, 6A1 has 8 teams make the playoffs normally. There's 16 teams in 6A1. So now there's 16 teams. It simply just adds one game. You can go all the way down the list in 4A, 3A.
Right. You normally take half of the teams for the playoffs. So by adding 1 week, yeah, you take everybody, but you cut the list in half by winning out. So here's what teams are playing for. Because normally top 2 teams, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 and 4 travel, 1 and 2 have home field advantage that first week. Now what teams are playing for is to get in the top 4 of your district. That was our conversation this week of, man, we really want to be in spot 3 or 4 in our district because that means spot 3 and 4 actually get another home game.
That's correct, yeah. So the 8 teams in District 3 would play the 8 teams in District 4. So the number 1 seed in District 3 plays the number 8 seed in District 4. 2 plays 7, 3, 6, 4, 5. So, yes, that's correct. If you're the top 4 seeds in your district, you will host at least one game in the playoffs. Now, there's a couple things I want to get into, Brent, because there's some interesting rules here. If your team, let's say you guys don't want to play in the playoffs, that's not going to happen. But let's say that's what ends up happening. You guys are the 6th seed, right? If the 6th seed drops out, the 7th seed does not become the 6th seed. Your seeding stays the same, and whoever that team is supposed to play, that team now gets a bye. So that's one interesting thing. The other one, and I want to hit on it really quick, is the new COVID rule. So in the regular season, if your team has COVID and you can't play a game, that game is just considered a no contest, essentially, unless you're able to reschedule. Most teams haven't been able to. In the playoffs, if it's just one team that has COVID, let's say, I don't know, Skiatook. I don't want to throw them under the bus. Let's say Skiatook has COVID. Skiatook is eliminated from the playoffs. They won't wait on Skiatook. Now, let's say Skiatook wins their first-round game, and in the second round they get COVID. Skiatook beats Hale. I don't know. I'm just throwing random teams out there. Skiatook beats Hale in the first round. They move on to the second round to play Collinsville. That won't happen. I'm just throwing teams out there so you have it. Skiatook gets COVID in the second round. Skiatook is eliminated, and Hale would then replace Skiatook to play Collinsville. So you could theoretically, it's not going to happen, but you could theoretically lose every single game in the playoffs and still make a state championship game.
That's interesting. Yeah, I think there'd be some investigations if a number 8 seed made their way. Right. Interesting. He's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. After you watch our broadcast tonight, make sure you turn over to Channel 8 and watch TJ and his team as they cover high school sports. TJ, you're a gentleman and a scholar, my friend. Thank you so much for your time, and I can't wait to talk to you next week.
Appreciate it, Brent. Stay warm tonight.
We will be back with more of the Mustang Tailgate Show right after this.
I want to take a minute and tell you about my friends at Gator Tees, where you can get the best in custom screen printing. I've used Gator Tees custom screen printing for over 20 years. They're reliable, dependable, creative, and simply the best. Whether it's your church group, Boy or Girl Scout troop, school club, sports team, you name it, Gator Tees does it all. You can bring your own design, or they'll create a unique, state-of-the-art, one-of-a-kind design created just for you, your event, or organization. Gator Tees has been making the best T-shirt designs in the Tulsa area for a long time. Give my friend Gator a call for a small or extra-large order. Gator Tees is the place to trust. You're going to pay the same, so why not get the best? Gator Tees, 918-630-4357. That's 918-630-4357. Gator Tees, custom screen printing and apparel. And go Mustangs!
How teams after that, Nate?
We are back. It is halftime. Hello, everybody. My name is Brent Kellogg, joined by Doug Winters. What did you get? You get coffee?
I got coffee.
So are you that guy that can drink coffee at 10 o'clock at night and go right to sleep?
Yes. I get that from my mother.
Kevin Hogue down on the sideline.
Yes, sir.
I noticed our sideline is not as robust as it is on other Friday nights, and I think that's because our freshmen are not suited. We would normally suit our freshmen on a Friday night. Do you know the story behind that?
Correct. OSSA rules permit you from playing 3 games in 1 week. They suited up Monday. They played a game Tuesday at Fort Gibson, so they cannot be suited up tonight. They're in jerseys and street clothes in the student section. And to be honest, it's kind of a catch-22. Yeah, we could use some depth at some places, but is it doing them justice? Are you going to get them injured? That sort of thing.
Sure.
So I think that's the line of thought. So you look out, we only got about 30 guys injured, or 30 guys suited up, so not going to see a lot of substitution because we don't have them. So
well, it's a COVID year, and I'm sure some of the coaches probably petitioned the OSSAA saying, hey, listen, we can't help it. The other team canceled on us, and we got to play 4 games and, 3 games.
I do know that we asked and that they said that has been a request that's been made multiple times, but they were not ready to grant that. So,
yeah. Well, we're $1:28 away until third quarter action begins. It has been a rough first half. I'd say a half we'd like to forget. How about you, Coach?
Yes.
Rushing, 19 attempts, 48 yards. Probably a little more successful rushing the ball than we were passing the ball. 3 catches for 15 attempts. Just some big drops along the way that kind of dropped dead drives. Only 18 yards passing. Total 66 yards. Wagoner had 341 yards. Obviously, scoreboard reflects that as well. 3 penalties for 32 yards. Blake Salt 4 rushes for 18 yards. Trimble had 14 attempts for 30 yards, so he's averaging a little more than 2 yards a carry. And then Blake was 3 for 15, 18 yards passing. Receiving, they all have a reception. Devin Anchorage, a 2-yard catch. Aiden Trimble had a 10-yard catch, and Isaiah Ryan had a 6-yard catch. So just a tough first half. And so now you're coming out and you're playing with pride. You want to put some drives together, shorten the game.
Yes.
Absolutely. And I know
coach is going to probably run the ball, run the play clock down, shorten the game, try to get out of here with no injuries. That's the big thing right now. Live to fight another day. And again, that's a big key. You got to stay healthy. Again, the playoff picture is a whole different scenario now, but the end game is what we're trying to shoot for.
So if you just joined our halftime show, on the phone there with TJ Eckert, sports director from Channel 8, talking about their game of the week. Obviously, that normally airs in our pregame. Everybody's in, and so Class 4A7, which is our district that we're in, that's a tough class. You've got the Wagoner Bulldogs that have been to the state championship game numerous times. Oologah, and between 2010, 2020, number 3 winningest program in the state. And then you got Bristow, you got Cleveland, you got Grove, you got Skytooth that's been to the state tournament in 5A just a couple of years ago. It's a gauntlet of a district to play.
It is, and we would love to have a first-round home game, but, being a 5 is not bad.
That's right.
You're playing a 4 from another district. You don't want to be a 7 or 8. 6, 7, or 8. You don't want to be a 6. You want to be in that top 5 because you're going to play a 4 in another one, which is pretty comparable. Right. It's competitive, but you don't want to be much lower than that.
1, 2, 3, and 4 all get home field advantages. So if you can fit, so that's what we're fighting for. And we knew going into tonight, Mustangs were going to be fighting for that 3 spot, that 4 spot. So we are set, ready to kick it off for the second half. And the wind was supposed to die down. Kevin, did you work on that at halftime? Because I don't think.
Yeah, you kept promising that, and if anything, it's freshened a bit out here.
Going what my boy Dan Threlkeld says, News Channel 8. So Mustangs will get the ball to start the second half. He touched into the end zone, so that means it's a touchback. You can't just run it out of the end zone in high school football.
I heard this, but I didn't believe it till tonight. Anytime you talk, it's windy.
My wife been talking to you again? One of these days, if you join us at 6:30 for the Advanced Home Tailgate Show, I've done this for 2 seasons now, where I just dig up dirt on Coach Winters.
I at least had to try. So,
what else you gonna do?
Come on, guys, let's go.
Blake Salt in the shotgun snap, gonna hand off to Aiden Trimble up the middle. Pick up a couple of yards. Correction, Wade Bright on the carry. Devin Anchorage, Isaiah Ryan are your receivers that are on the field for the Mustangs. It's been fun to watch that receiver core from Devin and A.J. Streeter, Isaiah Ryan. Mustangs are going to line up in a tight line. Move Cade Riedel in motion to the other side of the line. Just hand it off, left side, Wade Bright. Get out to the 29-yard line. Bring up 3rd down and 6. 11-14, as we're just getting underway in the 3rd quarter. Mustangs are at home. Blake back to pass under a little bit of pressure. Underthrows Cade Riedel.
Caden Charbonneau with the pressure for Wagoner. Didn't have time to set his feet to throw that screen.
That's what happens when you're hurried. So the Mustang offense will come on. Next Friday night, Cleveland comes to town. The Mustangs will host the Cleveland Tigers. That's a game you need to win if you want to get in the top 4 of your district play and have a chance at hosting a playoff game.
Last home game, too, unless we host one during the playoffs. So look forward to seeing everybody out. It's supposed to be a nice night. Fake?
Beautiful.
I think there was just a lot of
beautiful
pressure.
job.
That's the rugby, kind of a rugby look.
It's going to take a good Oologah bounce down to the 30-yard line. Yeah, 31-yard line. So
that's awesome.
That will be the longest punt into the wind tonight, I promise you.
It is windy. The flat plains of Wagoner, Oklahoma sits here on Fort Gibson Lake. Beautiful country over here.
I think Blake thought he was playing soccer there, taking it out to the edge of the goalie box. He's our goalie, one of our 2 goalies, really good goalie.
Well, he got short hopped and had 4 guys in his face, avoided the tackle, running for his life, and throws it out there. And what?
You think of a kicker, but Blake is athletic.
Yes,
so I think next year you'll see him playing both sides of the ball. He can move. He's a big, good athlete.
Mustang showing a corner blitz.
Good job by Isaiah Ryan tipping the ball there.
Pass intended for Jack Southern. Incomplete. 2nd down and 10. You know the defense has got some pride to play for. They have played very well. To be honest with you, I think this is one of our better defensive squads we've had the last couple of years. Had a couple of shutouts this season. Have kept you in some games. The Stallion Battalion in full force down there.
They're loud tonight. Oh, boy.
Handoff up the middle, and he's fast. Aiden Trimble had a chance to slow him down. Judge Watson. Get to the 44-yard line of the Mustangs. Brings up 1st down and 10. They were able to work on the scoreboard and play clock, so the play clock is working for the second half.
That's so tough. You're worried about the edge, the edge, the edge, the edge, and then they just bust you up
right
the
up
middle.
the middle.
Yeah.
Handoff up the middle again.
Chunks.
Jochi Watson again on the carry. Gain of a long 8. Bring up 2nd down and 2 for the Bulldogs. Special thanks to sophomore Brett Wigington for freezing running our camera tonight. He's tougher than I am. He's just got a hoodie on.
I know. I asked him if he wanted my coat.
I'll take it.
I bet you would.
Hand off up the left side. I think they're going to give him forward progress. We'll move the chains. 1st down and 10.
I got no shame in my game, guys. I got my ski pants on. But guess what? I'm warm.
Mine are in the yellow bag. I brought them. Haven't needed them yet. That's why I put Doug on the wind side to kind of.
Well, you and Doug are cuddling. You got him blocking the wind. That's a smart veteran move on your part.
I'm a team player, boys.
On the road at Wagoner. Last year was cold here too. I don't think it was so windy though. And off at the right side to number 21.
Good job there by Brody Sapp.
Trey Goss.
Yeah, Brody. Nice play.
Getting off his block, winning that one-on-one battle.
They're going to say he lost a yard. Bring up 2nd down and 11. Haven't seen that a lot tonight where Wagoner goes backwards. So good defensive play by the Mustangs. .16 seconds on the play clock and counting. Quarterback. Pass intended left side, number 21. Trey Goss, that's incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd down and 11.
That's one of the first kind of unforced errors out of Wagoner. Just
absolutely.
Wide open, pretty good ball, just drops it. Big 3rd down. You got to feel like they're probably 2 down territory here. Probably try to get half of it here.
Quarterback's just going to keep it.
That's a broken play.
Up the middle, he's going to carry some
I think
tacklers.
That was a design run.
Do you?
I really do.
Gain of about 8, not enough for the 1st down. Be about 4th down and 2 for the Bulldogs.
Field goal.
They're going to let the special teams utilize the win and try to put 3 points on. They do have a good kicker.
Ethan Muhlenweg, sophomore. Muhlenweg. 41-yard attempt.
Mustangs definitely played for the fake.
Mr. Wide
No good.
Right.
So how
Plenty
about a defensive stand to start the third quarter for that Mustang defense? As they will take over after the failed field goal attempt for the Bulldogs.
About the only thing hadn't gone their way tonight.
Is high school football similar to college football in that when you get to the bowl season, regardless how you played the gauntlet, you kind of pull for them? I'm a Big 12 guy, so you kind of pull for the Big 12 teams. Is high school the same way? I mean, yeah, your enemy's on the gridiron, but when you get into playoffs and teams that go to the state championship, hand off up the right side to Wade Bright. Let's say Wagoner gets to the state championship. Do you cheer for him?
I always pulled for our conference or district. I always pulled for them because I thought it just gave us more rep. You know what I mean?
I think 4A7 is one of the strongest differences. I mean, I think they're the strongest. Obviously, you got Tuttle. Play some good ball over on the west side of the state. Blake's just going to keep it up the middle. Carry some tacklers. Going to gain about 3, maybe a 4 on the play. Puts in about 3rd and 3 for the Mustangs.
And for years, Oologah's been in that upper echelon. So if our district's tough, we play a great brand of football, we're going to have a great reputation for our football around the state. So I believe you want your district to do well.
How about Wade Bright up the middle?
Unless you're playing them in the state final.
Well, absolutely, which has happened.
That's
on
pretty
many
cool,
occasions. They're going to give the Mustangs.
You know, I wasn't here yet, but there was a couple of years where us, Wagoner, and Cassia, first, second, third in our district, we're all in the semifinals.
That's right.
That's phenomenal.
There were several years Oologah-Wagoner met back in the state championship. First and 10 for the Mustangs. Way to move the chains. 5:33 left to play in the third quarter. Salt in the shotgun snap. Drop back a little bit of time. Now he's under pressure. Intended for A.J. Streeter. Blake was definitely being pressured. Just had to kind of lucky to get rid of it.
I thought he did a fantastic job of negotiating the pocket right there.
Absolutely.
He was collapsing on him. Didn't panic. Got a throw off. Did not take the sack.
Second down and 10 for the Mustangs. Hand off. Wade Bright, left side. Boy, not a lot there. Maybe a gain of a yard, yard and a half. Bring up 3rd down and 9, which we've not been really productive tonight in 3rd and long. Only 4 first downs in the first half for the Mustangs. They've added 1 in the third quarter.
Number 32, Fred Watson. He's just shooting gaps and getting deep in the backfield. 6 foot, 210 pounds. Defensive end.
Salt got a little bit of time, got Streeter. Streeter was double covered. There's nothing there, so it's 4th down. I know 1, if not 2, of the guys on the Bulldog roster are being recruited by Division I schools. And it's hard in 4A when you're playing against guys that are D1 talent. You're going to have to compensate.
Isaac Smith is committed to TU. They said Texas Tech has offered. He's a 6'6", 235-pound defensive end and tight end.
Woo, good high kick.
Yeah.
The wind's going to catch it. Boy, it got up about the 45-yard line, and the wind just caught it. That thing just stalled out and dropped to the ground. So the Mustang defense will come out. Cleveland comes to town next Friday night. The last home game of the regular season.
Senior night?
Well,
we did that.
Yeah,
that's
senior
right.
night.
We did that.
Tonight.
You were out there for an hour and a half.
Said the best accomplishment of my life was marrying a girl that pretty. I had to lie to her a little bit. He's going to go deep. The wind's going to catch that one. Put a little. I don't know if that was pretty. He put a little bit of umph on it, but with that wind, that
was 60 yards.
Strong.
About a 60-yard ball in the air.
Yeah.
And really, the wind only pushed it just about a step. Got the roar of the bands going on.
I definitely think we win that one hands down, brother. We win that one hands down. Nobody's covering this slot. There we go.
Their chance is going to come out on him. They're just going to hand it off up the middle of number 5. That's Chuchi Watson. He's fast. Max Hale make the stop, save the touchdown. It's kind of been the story of the night.
Excuse me.
Speaking of the marching band, congratulations to John Matthews, Dave Smith, and the entire Stallion Battalion. They scored a superior rating in marching competition a couple of weeks ago. Looking for a incredible season for the band this year. Hand off at the left side to Chochi Watson. He'll go and break a couple tackles and into the end zone. They'll add 6 more to the board. The first rating of 3 for the band, on their way to what we hope to be the first super sweepstakes in school history. If they score a superior rating at OSSAA concert band competition, then in jazz ensemble, that's a big deal for band programs. And so John and Dave did a great job with the kiddos.
Numbers-wise behind Ag, band's the biggest thing we do. So
yeah,
great group of parents, as you would know.
I think that was
kids.
just
they
a botched snap. I don't think he intended to go for the 2-point conversion.
No, I'm going to guess up 48-0. Even Wagner wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I think it was just a snap that was too high, and so Sawyer Jones, their quarterback, he just decided, hey, I'll just try to make something happen out of nothing, and he made nothing happen out of nothing. 3:25 left to play in the third quarter. Wagner on top, 48-0. Guys, you got to get a touchdown on the board. They've shut out 4 of their opponents this year. You don't want to fall in that category. You got to get some points on the board.
Definitely. They won 70-0 and 70-6 last week against Miami.
Students are out of school on Monday. You guys get to work. I'll be thinking about you.
Professional day.
Does that really mean you get to leave at lunch?
No.
No, there's no truth to that rumor.
No.
Principal's on them.
We have this principal at our high school.
Yeah.
Makes you sign in and stuff?
Yeah, he's Bulldog.
Well, he's all Mustang, but he's a Bulldog because he's a principal.
Yeah.
Say, I've been beating the Bulldogs since 1995. I'm from just up the road at Coweta, America.
Nate Morrow.
Alert play right there.
Fall on it. Give the Mustangs some of the best field position they've had after a kickoff tonight. Ball will be spotted at the 34-yard line. Blake's just going to hand it off up the middle. Trimble, he'll gain a couple yards. You know, guys, with all the COVID, some of the bigger platforms of football like college and professional football, they've actually sent camera crews, but the commentators are actually commentating from a studio.
Lame.
Well, I was going to send you guys tonight and just kind of watch from my living room the stream and make a comment here and there. But
you texted us that, no one responded.
Well, I thought it was funny. Of course, I always think I'm funny.
The silence was deafening.
Trying to do what Fox does. Aiden Trimble at the left side.
Don't do what is it Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, they left the mic on or didn't know the mic was hot. Did you guys hear that?
That was not
Yeah,
good.
not
Braylon
good.
Robertson will bring down Trimble. Going to bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Mustangs.
Talking about COVID, we had another good week at the schools. I know at the high school, no cases, no quarantines. Kids are doing a tremendous job today. Instead of being able to go outside for recess, we were in the gym spread out. And nice to not have to make those phone calls.
Handoff up the middle. Going to be about a yard short. They're going to send Wade Bright in, leave the offense in. Also going to send Connor Lynham in.
Look for us to go quick here. Try to get on the ball.
Down and 1. Seconds on the play clock as Salt and the offense check the sideline. Handoff up the middle. He's going to carry a tackler for the 1st down. How about that? He's going to gain 3. Good enough for a Mustang 1st down and 10.
Great effort.
He's going to run off a little bit tired. He carried a couple guys for the yardage.
Well, he's playing both ways. Right. He's making a lot of plays at the linebacker position. Great effort on the 1st down run. Let's move it.
Get with that double tight end set. Nate Morrill's a running back in for the Mustangs. Move Connor over to the right side of the line.
They are crashing so hard on the end. If they just bootleg it, Blake could have green pastures.
No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 for the Mustangs. .37 seconds ticking away as clock runs as we head towards the 4th period. Nate's going to go left. Actually came out of his stance just a little bit early. Referee didn't call it.
I will have to admit, even though I've been competing against the Bulldogs since '95, one of my all-time favorite people is from Wagoner. Talking about Joe Gordon, a longtime basketball coach, mentor for a lot of people around here. Just a great man, great basketball coach. Always loved competing against him. He went on to be career tech, work at the career tech. I got to deal with him when I worked at Muskogee. Just a great person.
Great man, great basketball coach. He'd even support the Coweta Tigers in secret. He would, when I worked there, we sold ribs.
Oh, yeah?
Smoked ribs. Big fundraiser. And he'd sneak down the highway and come get a couple slabs of ribs from us and support Coweta Tiger basketball.
Well, thanks for bringing that up, because now I'm hungry.
Joe's a good man.
You know, a lot of these schools are competitors on the gridiron, the basketball floor, the soccer field, or baseball diamond, but the administrators, by and large, especially in Northeast Oklahoma, have good relationships. Every once in a while you have an outlier, but coaches go to coaches' clinics together.
Yes.
I'd agree with that.
We're competitors on the field, but we're Oklahomans at heart.
A lot of camaraderie, a lot of respect. That's one of the perks about being in this business.
Absolutely. And, you know, a coach may spend a season at this school, and next thing you know, a decade later, he's coaching against that school. Present company.
Included, yes. All right.
Johnny Cash, you've been everywhere, man. Sorry.
Why do I take this abuse?
I don't know. You keep showing up. Blake.
Oh, nice catch.
A.J. Street.
Nice catch.
Honestly, a good throw. Not a lot of time there, man. As soon as he ran that bootleg, there was someone in his face.
Absolutely. So that'll bring up 4th down and 4. I would assume we're on the other side of the 50, and Coach Wagoner will go for it.
Nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. Absolutely. You're into the 4th quarter with 11:36 and counting. Mustangs are at home next Friday night. Softball's done. Basketball's practicing. Volleyball's done. So football's about all we have going on that's competing right now. Blake's going to go to the right. Got some grass. Got a good block out there on the edge. How about that? On a 4th and 4, going to pick up good 25 yards. That'll move the chains. First down and 10 for the 29-yard line.
I think that was that bootleg Coach Winters was calling for.
Dun, dun, dun.
I think FFA's done a lot of their competing too. So kind of a quiet time in the fall season.
Hey, I will say, one of my favorite events ever, the fish fry tomorrow night from 5 to 8 in the Ag Building. Great fish fry. Some great auction items if you're looking for something to do tomorrow night.
What time?
5 to 8. You can buy tickets at the door. I think they're $12. You get a great big helping of fish, some hush puppies, and just support a great bunch of people.
Blake under a little bit of pressure.
Gosh.
Woo.
I hope he didn't.
They're not whistling it dead.
They count that as a fumble.
How do you count that as a fumble?
His arm's going forward.
He's holding his arm too. You always worry about that when you get hit and you're thrusting your arm forward.
Yeah.
Shoulder.
That shoulder's
he
a weak
landed
joint.
right. Yeah, he landed on it too. Yeah.
I'll be honest, guys. It looked like a good call from down here. It looked like
okay.
it was hit just before he started going forward.
Yeah, he's working on that shoulder a little bit. Wagner's checking on him, see if he's okay. Of course, Blake's going to nod his head. Yeah, I'm okay.
He's tough.
He's tough and smart. So Wagner will take over. Haven't put the ball on the ground a lot tonight.
Wagner's got a new quarterback in.
New running
backs. A lot of new guys.
Yep.
Braven Bowman on the carry. He'll get stuffed behind the line. Loss of 2 brings up 2nd down and 12. Pre-game will start at 6:30 next week as we're home against Cleveland.
Good to be home.
I'm bringing my space heater. Just going to hand it off the right side. Number 23 on the carry, Marquise Barnett.
Max Hale with coming up from that corner spot, making a nice stop.
Max was flying in there too.
Yeah, he was.
Third down and 7. Ball spotted at the Wagner 41-yard line.
Quarterback draw.
Gonna break a couple of tackles in the backfield.
That'll be close.
I think they're gonna say he's
marked it short.
Yeah, say he's short. So brings up 4th down and 2 for the Bulldogs.
They're gonna go for it.
Yep, no punt here.
They might be doing the old
same play.
hard count.
Yep.
Gabe Rodriguez is the sophomore quarterback, also plays as safety on defense. He's under center. Mustang show blitz. 7 seconds on the play clock as it counts down. Quarterback's going to try to keep it. There's not a lot there.
That's impressive.
He's got to bounce out to the outside. Mustang had him in the backfield. Number 42 had him wrapped up but just couldn't bring him down. Cody Siegfried had his chance, but he'll get the first down. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Special thanks to Rod Henry Construction, All Smiles Dental, their support of Mustang football. Handoff at the left side. Logan Sterling was the ball carrier. He'll gain 5.
He didn't make the tackle, but 24, Nate Morrow, he kept outside leverage and made them cut it back inside. Could have been a huge gainer if he gets caught up inside. Nice job.
Sometimes that's the bigger part of the play, just being in the position to force an angle or force a cutback. Three receivers for the Bulldogs. Hand off again up the left side. Ball's on the ground.
Good hit by A.J. Streeter. Looked like knocked that ball loose. Unlucky there.
Isaiah just missed it.
So he had got close to the first down, but because the ball came loose, knocked him back a couple of yards. That's bring up 3rd down and 2. No, you didn't recover the fumble. You kept getting the first down. 6:51 left to play in the ball game. Gabe Rodriguez, quarterback, looks like he's going under center. Going to call for a guy to go in motion. He's just going to keep it. He's going to get it. Gain of 4, 1st down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Jackson Llewellyn will check in for the Mustangs. The battle of the bands continues in the 4th quarter. Kevin Hoag's right in the middle of it. Can you hear me now?
Barely, guys. Just having some good fun back and forth with the band here.
Running 5 seconds on the play clock, just trying to shorten the game. Handoff up the middle, not a lot there.
Nate Morrow on the tackle.
Braylon Robinson, the ball carrier, gain of 3. 2nd down and 7. Thanks to Dwight Taggett for all he does for the football program, for our facilities. He even did me a big favor last night. I needed to have a conversation with Brian Hope. Mr. Taggett hung around long enough to let me get into the studio, and one of the nicest guys you'll meet. Played on one of the state championship teams. The reason why I bring Dwight up, he's in shorts down there, and it's 40 degrees. Quarterback keeper up the left side. 69 for the Mustangs. They're to blow that up. Correction, 59. So Brody will make the stop, 4:48 as the clock continues. So far, the Mustangs remain scoreless tonight. It's not the first time Wagoner shut out an opponent this year. Certainly wish the Bulldogs their best on their continued run. Quarterback just going to keep it. Looked a little bit like a busted play.
It was a busted play. He looked to give that.
He must be very strong. I've seen Gabe Rodriguez carry a bunch of Mustangs tonight.
Going to bring up about 4th down, long 1. Scoreboard will probably say 4th and 2.
Quarterback.
Brody Sappington's going to come off. Hand off up the middle.
Gonna be short, boys.
I think he's short. I think the Mustang offense is going to take the field.
One more crack.
You got 3 minutes and 33 seconds left on the clock in the 4th quarter to get the goose egg off the scoreboard. Ball spotted down at the 31-yard line. Handoff up the middle. Bryce Stevens on the carry for the Mustangs. Gain him a couple.
Coach Weeks down here, I promise you, he's not coaching like it's 40 to nothing. He's not happy with the backside block there.
Hand off again up the right side. Going to pick up 3 more yards. Going to bring up about 3rd down and 5. Chad Weeks, one of the most respected position coaches in the state of Oklahoma. When you talk about Chad Weeks, people just talk about what a great guy he is. He's an incredible offensive line coach.
Even better person, guys. He's a great guy. Great family.
OU fan. That's all I got.
His wife has current bragging rights, though. She's from Iowa.
That's
She's
right.
a big Iowa State fan.
They're going to have fun this weekend.
No, that's a Cowboy Iowa State thing. He's probably going to be ripping on me on Monday. Hand off at the right side. He's got some room. Get the 1st down and then some.
OSU still play football in Stillwater? Or?
Well,
they got a football team? No.
Tell you what I am excited about is basketball.
Spoken like a true OSU fan.
Yeah. Well, that and there's always next year.
Next, we're going to be talking about wrestling and golf.
Equestrian.
I don't have to sit here and take this.
Actually, you do. I got the keys.
Well, I could stand up and take it, but I don't have to. Next couple of days, we'll post the Mustang memory video up. You can share that about Brian Hope, one of the most successful Mustang football players to play at the next level. .125 left to play. 12 seconds on the play clock. 2nd down and 10. A little bit of a bobbled snap.
Good hard run by Nate there.
Nate Morrow at the right side, gain of 5.
Looking at 2 more plays?
Yes.
Gonna hand it again to Nate. Get hit, drop, pretty much no gain on the play. I felt that one in my toes. Whew.
I think the reason they're not throwing it here on the second teamers is that Wagoner ran running plays and used the whole play clock, and I think there's some
shorten the game.
Yeah,
professional.
Yeah, respect for the game,
respect for the game,
for the team,
for each other.
We will be on the air Friday night at 6:30 on our home field as Cleveland comes to town. Mustangs are going to need to win that game if they want home field advantage in the playoffs. Blake will overthrow A.J. Streeter.
You just don't want your quarterback hurt here. He got nailed on the backside.
He's run for his life most of the second half.
He missed the block on this backside here.
Yeah.
So I think the defense will come on as Wagoner takes over 1st and 10, and they're just going to let the clock run.
It's going to run it out.
That's going to do it.
Smart.
For my statistician, Johnny Dermo, technical director, Rick Fisher, my color analyst, Doug Winters, sideline guy, best in the business, Kevin Hogue, and our camera operator, Brett Wigington. I'm Brent Kellogg. We will see you guys next Friday night for pregame at 6:30. This has been Mustang Football. Good night, everybody.